All right, if you clicked on this, you already know what we're doing. So we're just gonna jump right in. First off, jack it up. I always go off the center point. And then we're gonna yank these wheels off. We'll just pop the tire off, put the tire under the frame, just in case anything stupid happens. I'd rather ruin a wheel than lose a leg. All right, now we're gonna start breaking all this loose. All right, I like to start by taking off my caliper, my brake line, and my ABS line. You could probably get away with just doing just the top here off the upper control arm and dropping the spindle and laying everything to the side. But I'm actually doing some more work in here, so I'm taking all this off, but honestly, I take it off every time. So anyways, got 10 mil, a 12, and a 17. Actually, two 17s. You can see this other one down here. Mine are all broke loose already, because you don't need to watch me turn a wrench. So let's get this off here. And then also we got to undo these clips right here. I'll show you how those work. All right, for this little clip up top on the ABS line, I take a tiny flathead and I just wedge it up in the top like that. Don't get too crazy, you don't want to break it. And then just kind of roll it and it will pop loose. You can see it's kind of got like a clip on both sides type of thing. And then for the ABS line down here, let me see if I can get you a good shot on this. There we go. You can kind of see inside there, there's a clip right there, but it's actually in there. You can see it moving. If you got a little bit of a fingernail, you can get in there, or use a screwdriver. All right, I needed both hands to do it, but basically you can see the button right there. It's right there. You just push down on that with one hand and pull with the other, it just pops right off. All right, after you get that line fished out and over here, you can leave it on this bracket because that's all gonna come off with this piece. So now this is all broke loose here. And I pull out my bottom 17. I leave my top one in. You can see a little anti-seize on there. But I leave my top one in just a little bit to hold the caliper up on there. Then I have these. It's just a piece of TIG wire. You can use whatever, but this is what I've always done. So I just put them up there like that. I'll use this bottom hook right here to hook right here on the caliper. Right, there goes that. Then you don't have to deal with zip ties or anything breaking. These are pretty stout. You can even use a hanger, like clothes wire hanger. Done that in the past, but anyways, that's how it hangs. See it right there. And now this is all safely out of the way. All right, once you get these lines removed, you got this pin right here. Mine's already pulled loose, but you can see how it works. It just goes through, and then this goes through the little grooves on that and hooks on the back side. So you pull that pin, put it somewhere safe. Then it's a 19 on the shear bolt, and the nut is a 19 as well. So we'll break all this loose, and then we'll work on getting this shear bolt out. All right, to get at this upper ball joint a little bit easier, I like to remove the end link here on the sway bar. So it's a 17 nut, and if you're unlucky and you can't get it out, I always hit them with penetrating oil before I start. But if it's a little boogered up, it's a 6 hex on mine. Yours might differ, but should be a 6. Once you get that off, push that out of the way, you got a lot more room. We got these all loosened up. Just a little side note, whenever you got a bunch of trash built up in the threads, don't try and overwork it and get it all bound up, because you're just creating, you know, a harder time for yourself. So what I like to do is I like to, if I can get it however loose I can, then tighten it up a little bit and then slowly work it off like that. And it will clean those threads up as it goes and make it to where it's like this, to where it's just basically by hand. The same is true for the shear. See, it's just by hand. And then penetrating oil. But anyways, I tucked this line, this ABS line behind the shear and the upper control arm, just so it's out of the way. Be mindful of this brake line and the ABS line whenever you're loosening this. All right, to make room for this shear bolt, we're gonna have to unclip this guy on this oval. On the two ends of it, there's ears that you just will pinch with some needle nose, and then it just pushes in. I mean, pretty easy. Then we'll go up top here. And you can see there's, if I can get my hand in here, but there's this bracket. I believe it's a 10 mil on it. You're just gonna loosen that guy so you can move this out of the way. And then the line we just unclipped is this guy right here. So that'll clear us up to come out with that shear bolt. All right, on this side, after you get everything all broke loose, same thing, we're gonna bend this directly in line with this guy. There's two clips I let loose that are wiring in here, so there's a black one and a white one. And then this AC line, there's a bracket on the inside. See if we can get a shot of that. It just has a, you can see it kind of right there, but it just has a little bracket that it just pops into. You just pop that out the side, and that'll give you more than enough clearance to come up through there. All right, so you can see here, it's literally all the more I had to bend it. And then you might need some deeper channel locks. That's what I used, but there is a rib where it doubles up on the still, like roughly in this area. So I had to grab it right there, pull it down. But that's all the more it needs to be. Doesn't need to get too crazy. And that is completely passed, so I'll get this pulled out. All right, we got this old one yanked out. We'll throw that to the side. Got the new JBA, and instructions are pretty detailed, so if you don't know how to do this and I don't explain something, it's definitely in here. But pretty straightforward. You're just gonna lube these up a little bit. They've got grooves in them. Just make sure, you know, the grooves are packed, and it's got a little bit on the exterior of the bushing. I recommend putting a little bit down the shear bolt. Nothing crazy, just more for anti-corrosion and just to preserve it. Then the orientation on this is gonna be thick, thin, thin, thick. And if you look at these washers, you can see too thin, too thick. So be a little tedious, but I think we can get it done. All right, here's the little grease packet they give you. It's not a whole lot, so don't get carried away. And it doesn't need to be anything wild. So that's basically what we've got on both sides. Well, that light's in the way, but you get the idea. And then we'll hit it with some more grease afterwards and clean it up. And then I did do a little coat down this guy. Like I said, nothing too crazy, just enough to keep it from getting nasty. All right, let's throw this in there. All right, we got the upper control arm back in. Did it by myself, probably easier with two people, but one's totally doable. Washers, thick, thin, thin, thick. It's all lubed, torqued. So we got 85 on the shear nut, and 60 is the new torque spec for their upper ball joint. Now that that's all buttoned up, we'll throw the caliper on, the brackets, where's the other one? Right there. And then ABS. And I'll show you everything after it's done and hit you with the specs. All right, we're all back together. Got the caliper installed, got the lines ran. I had to cut this guy just to make a little bit of room up here so it sat right in these brackets. 9 foot-pounds on this little guy and 9 foot-pounds on this guy right here. If you don't have a torque wrench that goes that low, 9 foot-pounds is next to nothing. Just snug, don't get crazy. And then the caliper bolts, these two, down here and right here, 91 foot-pounds. And that's it, all back together. All right, we're back on the rubber here. Just wanted to give you a quick little overview, show you what it looks like all done. Dirty, hit some trails with it. Definitely a huge upgrade. These videos take a while to record, edit, all that stuff. Way longer than it takes you to hit that sub button, like, comment. Anyways, just wanted to put that out there. You guys have a good one, and we'll catch you on the next one.